Miraculous has shown us countless transformations over the course of the show. We've seen regular transformations, unifications, power-ups, and everything in between. I'm going to rank every single one of these transformations from worst to best. I want to take into account everything present in these scenes. Moves, music, suit design, the whole shebang. Quick disclaimer, I'm only going to include transformations that have animations, no matter the length. This means I won't count transformations like Ladybug and Claw Noir, because we never see an animation from them. I won't be counting unifications either, because they're always really short and more about suit design than the transformation itself. The only exception to this will be Shadow Moth. I will be counting power-ups, transformations on the same Miraculous from different holders, and anything transformation adjacent, like the United Heroes and the Prodigious. And lastly, I will only look at transformations from Season 1 to the most recently released episode, which would be Grand Diaper. I'll also be counting transformations from the specials, including the recent Stellar 4 special. Also, thank you for 4.5 thousand subs. Bringing up over, let's start ranking. We have a three-way tie for 49th place between Sparrow, Doorman, and Uncanny Valley. All they do is a spin and then it shows a single picture of them doing something. Just boring and uninspired. Next, at 48th we have Argos. Might be shorter than the United Heroes one, but his costume low-key solos the United Heroes in general. In 47th place is Flammidable. Despite being short, it's an actual transformation and I really like Felix's costume. It's 100 times better than Miss Hound's. 46th place is the Aqua Noir power-up in Season 6. It's just as short as the previous ones, but it's Cat Noir's perfect costume with accent of fish, so it easily beats out the chopped liver leftovers I'm calling the last 5 transformations I ranked. Also, did this transformation make Cat Noir gain weight? Because it kinda looks like it. And 45th is Astro Bug. It's nothing crazy, just a short power-up. It's mostly higher than the rest for the design, which I like, but I don't like the bright blue hair. Kudos for matching the wings though. And 44th is Aqua Bug in Season 6. The quality of the transformation particles and new design carry this animation because, like the rest, it's too short. I'm going to be saying that for like the next 10 rankings, by the way. And 43rd is Can I Girl. Another short one, but the detail of the contrasting colors of the particles responsible for the costume from the ones responsible for the ball is a really cool detail. This is the first Dog Miraculous design to include the Newsboy hat, which is something I really don't like. It just reminds me of Mario and Luigi. A hood could have made this design so much better. And 42nd is the Stellar Cannon. I might as well also talk about the Stellar Robot, which is in 41st place. They're both really similar, with the Robot Summon having some extra moves and more members involved, but they are just some basic performative moves. The animation is cool, and so is the final products of their dances, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Power Rangers did it better. In 40th is Big Ella. I'm not a big fan of Rose's archetype, that being the happy-go-lucky, pocket full of sunshine types of characters. I don't hate positive characters. Hell, some of my favorite fictional characters of all time are beacons of positivity. I just don't like the overly positive ones like Yonder or Mabel, except SpongeBob. He's the GOAT. My low view of this transformation mostly comes from my dislike of the archetype, but it's not like the transformation is anything special. The music is blander than The Last of Us 2's story, and the choreography feels out of place. Not to mention the awful costume design. It's only higher than the previous transformations because it's an actual animation. In 39th is Polymouse's original transformation. Hey look, another actual transformation. Too bad it's mad disappointing. I really like transformations where each movement is deliberate, necessary, and has an effect in transforming. This has none of that. Milen just stands there while the suit transforms her instead of it feeling like a dance between the two. The best transformations are a mix of good choreography, high quality transformation particles, a good choice of music, and good suit design. Polymouse's transformation just leaves a lot to be desired. In 38th place is Viperion. I know this one's gonna catch a lot of flack because of how much people like Luca's character, but, and I mean this wholeheartedly, Luca's costume is the only good thing about this transformation, and it carries it to this spot. The movements take too long to take effect, the music is generic, this move has way too much zest behind it, and his final pose is...
This ain't it, Chief!
Sick costume though. In 37th is Ryuko's original transformation. Another animation that, by itself, has sauce, but it just needs to be longer.
That's what she said!
In 36th is Astro Cat. It may be short, but it has sauce. Honestly, this would be so much higher if it got the Ice Cat or Aqua Bug treatment, but this short animation is good. I just can't rank it too high because it's so short. But the costume, the character, the background...
Sauce!
If only it was longer.
That's what...
Shut! In 35th is King Monkey's original transformation. This animation has so much going for it. The particles, the moves, the music is groovy, and the flourish is just... chef's kiss. Too bad they fumbled at the 1 yard line with this absolute Jared Leto ass pose. Like they really had a 3-course meal cooked in the kitchen by Remy and Bobby Flay, only to have the waiter, who I can only assume is Marinette herself, drop the whole damn feast on the customer's 3-piece bespoke Armani suit. I don't care if it matches Kim's personality, it's dumb. In 34th is Eagle. This is by far my favorite gesture for materializing a Miraculous mask, and the choreography is good, for the most part.
Fortnite move!
The costume actually looks like a cosplay instead of an actual hero, but the interpolation of the United Heroes transformation theme with the overall passable choreography really gives this the edge over King Monkey. And 33rd is Capra Kid. The transformation is carried hard by Nat's costume, like unironically one of my favorite designs in the show, except for his choice of footwear. Like bro, what in the world is that? Seriously, his costume carries this hard. I wish they put this much effort into every character design so we wouldn't get costumes like this.
What is that?
In 30 seconds, Vesperia. Another example of the finished product carrying the process it took to get there. Vesperia's animation has too many unnecessary movements, and we get a shot of whatever this is for way too long. But the music gives me Super Mario Sunshine vibes, and her costume is one of my favorites in the entire show. W Zoe. In 31st is Ladybug's new transformation. This animation Dolo isn't really that bad, but it's also not too good. While I think her new costume is better than the original one, this animation is such a clear downgrade from the original. But then again, they weren't gonna top that new animation. It's damn near perfect. In 30th is Pegasus' original transformation. Listen, I cannot tell a lie. Max's pop lock is way too clean, but I don't like the pop lock. I'll give credit where it's due. His costume makes up in design for what it lacks in color, and the hair looks sick, but the moves just look too goofy at times. His moves are still matte clean. And the way this symbol of the horse forms behind him is so creative, I refuse to believe they actually thought of that themselves. Kudos to the animators. In 29th place is Miss Hound. Sabrina's transformation is like the opposite of Kim's. Everything besides the ending is alright, but that finish was just so strong. It's like if I order a meal at Chili's. I know the food's gonna be fine, but if the waitress bringing it to me is Ana de Armas herself, then I'm gonna be convinced I'm eating the best meal of all time. Serena's choreography was fine. It's weird that they did a chest bounce, butt bounce, and some hacky sack shenanigans, but no bicep bounce. And her costume is so good. Just get rid of that Goomba stomping hat, please. Again, the last few moves in the final pose really went a long way with ranking Miss Hound. Bravo, Vince. Bravo. In 28th is Minotaurox. While the beginning is Avengers Endgame levels of trash, everything else is just too good. His costume is peaked, the hammer goes with the costume perfectly, the final pose like he's getting ready to charge is amazing, and the detail of him shattering the background when he slams his hammer, enough said. Enough said. In 27th is Scarabella. It's just a shortened version of the Rena Rouge transformation, which in and of itself is fire. The Scarabella is definitely a downgrade from it. What this transformation lacks in substance, it makes up for in presence. They did a good job of having all of you hold a different Miraculous while still having our own flair. Not to mention Rena Rouge's choreography slaps, and when all you do is change the color, you still get a good product out on the other side. I don't like her hair though. In 26th is Aspic. This, my fellow Miraculars, is what we could have had from Luca. This is what a sneak transformation should look like. The particles are heat. The choreography is such a step up, and the pose makes good use of the lyre, unlike whatever this is. Adrian's snake costume is also better than Luca's in every way, except for the head. Like, why did they cover his hair? I don't understand that. Music fits perfectly, and it's the final bow on top. Kinda wish we got to see more of Aspic. In 25th is Mayura, another example of style over substance. Natalie's transformation, realistically, is on par with Formidable, but like Dumbledore, Natalie's got style. Throwing her glasses for literally no reason, the bottom to top transformation that isn't commonplace from Miraculous, and the costume is just beautiful. Not to mention the flourish that is ever so present. I'll never understand why Gabriel was trying to bring back Emily when Natalie is right there. Dude really was a villain just for the love of the game. In 24th is Ice Cat. Another example of the busboy dropping the meal. It was so good. Normal Cat Noir with figure skating moves and some flourish. They had one job, not to mess up the final pose. And they gave us this. What in the La La Land extra trying too hard to be the main character pose is this? Besides that, we had literal perfection. Adrian doing a pistol squat while spinning was so hard, and the costume really is a step up from base Cat Noir. That damn ending, man, they really pulled the Game of Thrones on us here. And 23rd is Shadow Moth. It's just Hawkmoth's transformation minus the flourish. Amazing, but missing the cherry on top. Besides that, I have 0 notes for peak. And 22nd is Rena Rouge. Like I said during the Scarabella ranking, Rena's choreography is so good, and the combination of that with her costume is why this transformation ranks so high. Alia really put that on better than Lila. Like, there's no debate there. I don't want to hear it. Also, her hair is probably my favorite when it comes to detailing, only rivaled by Ladybug. In 21st is Capricorn. And while I'm talking about it, I'm going to to talk about Leo as well since she's ranked 20th place. Yes, I know I did this earlier with the Stellar Cannon and Robot, but Capricorn and Leo really are just two sides of the same coin. Cool choreography and design matched with good animation. There's not much I can critique. There's just animations that do more and better than it. I can't wait to watch the Stellar Force show though. In 19th place is King Monkey's new transformation. I mean, talk about an upgrade. Not even. This is like going from driving a Honda Civic to driving a Huracan. Like going from watching LeBron highlights to watching Jordan highlights. This isn't a step above the rest. This is a nautical mile above the previous King Monkey transformation. Costume is better, the sick Randy Orton slam, the flourish with the bow staff, and the music is just the cherry on top. It's perfection. At least the first 16 seconds are. Let me finish watching the rest real quick.
You can't keep getting away with it!
In 18th is Pegasus' new transformation. If Max's pop lock was clean before, now it's spotless. I mean, you could eat off this pop lock. Background slowly forming is even better animated than before. The final pose finally has some sauce, and the music actually makes me want to pop lock. Too bad the only dance move I can do is the Travolta. And Max getting a visor instead of the glasses is the perfect escalation because those previous glasses just weren't it. And the Just Dance UI in the bottom right is the cherry on top. Max officially has motion. In 17th is Aquabug's original transformation. It's just normal Ladybug minus the ballet at the end. The reason why it isn't higher is only for two reasons. The first is that I really don't like how her hair comes in with the mask. It just looks like an animation error. The second is that there's no ballet. Like bro, that's the best part of Ladybug's transformation. That's what the season 6 version does the worst. That's iconography left on the cutting room floor. Thomas Ashbrook.
You need to do better.
In 16th is Bunnix's adult transformation. I'm also going to talk about her teenage transformation, which I've ranked in 15th place. Mostly because the transformation particles are significantly better. They're essentially the same animation and they're both good. The problem with both of them is that they each do something good and something worse than the other. I like that the adult Bunnix's transformation doesn't show the yellow gems on the watch because frankly it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the watch. Meanwhile, teenage Bunnix has better transformation particles and smoother movements. In theory, teenage Bunnix should be better in every way because it was animated much later, but it isn't, so they'll both suffer because of it. In 14th is Monarch. Bro, he's literally in a cocoon and then sheds it and becomes a butterfly. How is that not sick? If you hate this transformation, then I bet Stevie Wonder can show you up in a Harry Potter book reading contest. The only bad thing about this transformation is the filth that comes out of the cocoon. Like seriously, Monarch looks so trash. How did we go from peak to still pretty good to this? I hate that his ears are out. It just bothers me. I know it's because they wrote him getting the Ladybug Miraculous and needed a way for him to put it on, but like, I'd much rather he put him in his nostrils than actually have his ears out. $1 million move, 10-cent finish. In 13th is Queen Bee. Whether you're a Chloe stan or not, you have to agree that this is iconic as fuck. Every head must bow, every tongue must confess. Queen Bee's transformation is gas. In recent news, I can't see this transformation without my brain auto-playing Utterly Chloe's intro. In 12th place is Lady Noir. Maybe I'm just a Cat Miraculous glazer, but this Miraculous has no bad transformations. The choreography is good and the suit is even better. Like seriously, why does Cat Noir have no green in his costume? Such a missed opportunity when changing the costumes for season 6. Either way, Lady Noir uses Peak Noir's transformation music, which makes me want to do backflips and shadow box for no other reason than pure adrenaline pumping through my blood. If we don't see Lady Noir and Mr. Bug ever again, I will be very unhappy. In 11th is Polymouse's new transformation. If old King Monkey to new King Monkey was a Civic to a Huracan, old Polymouse to new Polymouse is like a bicycle to a Bugatti. Everything that was wrong with Polymouse's old transformation is gone. She is proactive, her new design rocks, the use of the jump rope is amazing, and the music. She even does a bottom to top transformation just like Natalie, which just gives her extra points. Now that we're basically at the top 10, I can't really say anything bad. Everything from here on out is just aura versus aura, a pure skill diff like no other. In 10th place is Lady Dragon. What this transformation lacks in length, it makes up in pure sauce. Fei Wu's costume is the perfect blend of other Miraculous style. Ryuko's flair, Purple Tiger's accents, and all with the perfect mix of colors. If it wasn't so short, this easily would have been top 5, but I'll happily take what we got if it means we get to see more in the new animation. If we never see the United Heroes again, then I wouldn't really care. But if we never see Fei Wu again, we got a riot outside our Miraculous Core. In 9th place is Hawkmoth. I know some people are shouting, how is Hawkmoth's transformation this high? You wanna know why? Cause this is pure superiority. You know the trope of highly skilled combatants fighting with their hands behind their backs? Hawkmoth is the Miraculous transformation version of that. He doesn't need choreography, he doesn't need pumping music, he doesn't need flair. All he needs is to stand there, do a quick flourish, and wait for someone to have a bad day. Look at this stance. That's the signature stance of superiority. The suit's best spoke, his Akumas are no joke, and whether it's his own son or a 14-year-old girl, you don't want the smoke. If only we knew how much the writers were gonna tank his IQ. Gabriel, you deserved better. In 8th place is Multi-Mouse. One back handspring, another back handspring, and she's transformed. Wait, she's still going? Turning the jumper up into a belt? And hitting the pose? Why did they cook so hard for a one-off Marinette alternate Miraculous transformation? We got Miraculous with no transformation animations. Meanwhile, Marinette gets to do this? Not only is the favoritism so real, it's so peak. The music going harder than Fetty Wap in 2016 doesn't help either. Multi-Mouse had no business being this fire. Yo, we need a new Marinette transformation. A word? Yeah, it's just gonna be the Mouse Miraculous. You don't gotta do nothing crazy. 2 back handsprings, round off into a double flourish. She's gonna grab her jump rope, do 2, maybe 3 jumps and turn that into her belt. Then she's gonna proceed. In 7th place is Carapace. We finally hit peak transformations. This one is nigh perfection. The goofy spin, the bumpin' music, the simple yet amazing costume. I don't know if you've realized it yet, but I'm a big fan of hoods. My favorite video game franchise of all time is Assassin's Creed, and the hood is just peak apparel. Whether you wear a hood or your name's hood, it always results in peak, and Carapace is no exception. Kinda wish we got to see Jade Turtle bust a move like this. I already know Fu would have been spinning on his head like he was a backup dancer in Step Up. In 6th place is Lady Ice. What if we grabbed Ladybug's transformation and just made it better? That was the logic behind this transformation. Her costume looks better, the spinning and pose are better, the details like on her color and belt. What's not to love? Unfortunately, there is a problem with the animation though. Her gesture of materializing the crown is just too awkward. It felt like they were trying to squeeze it in to save time, and it cost them some points in the quality department. Still, this is just fire. The first entry into the top 5 is Ryuko's new transformation. The music, the particles, the mix of elements, how she made the sword appear. This animation was made with the same love used to make Spirited Away, because they haven't put this much effort into transformations in years. Literal years. While I do think it lasts too long, I'd rather have too much of a good thing and be slightly spoiled in my beliefs than have too little and be left wanting more. Not to mention the first Ryuko transformation was so short. They really felt the need to overcompensate, and I have no problems with that. They feel validated, we get peak TVY7, everybody wins. Podium runner-up goes to Mr. Bug. While Eagle had my favorite mask materialization, Mr. Bug is second. The choreography is some of the best, and I mean the kicks. Look at the kicks! The use of particles in this transformation is masterful, and I love his armor design. The Ladybug Miraculous is generally a feminine one, but when Adrian is Mr. Bug, he literally gets armor and padding. That's so sick. Ladybug's music in the final pose just solidify its placement in 4th. If you think this deserves to be any lower, go argue with the wall. You got a better chance of changing its mind than you do mine. Astra, please give Cat Noir some of this sauce. Please give Cat Noir some armor, some green accents, and you grab an already perfect design and make it better than perfect. First spot on the podium goes to Purple Tigress. Watching Purple Tigress transform for the first time was like my first time watching Citizen Kane. I went into it expecting something alright, you know, nothing crazy, but I came out of it a changed man. Why does a side character like Julika get the same amount of attention and care put into her transformation as the protagonists? Like seriously, Julika isn't that important to the story. This is the equivalent of Gordon Ramsay getting Anton Ego style flashbacks from a McDonald's cheeseburger cooked by some zooted high schooler with his AirPods in. The animators went above and beyond for this, and I have no clue why.
But thank you.
You knew it was gonna be here. You knew it. Don't lie. Second place is Ladybug's original transformation. Maybe you expected number 1, but you knew it'd be high. Ladybug's original transformation is Miraculous's version of Breaking Bad. Perfection personified. Whenever I watch the older episodes and this art's playing, I'm jamming out like it's the credits of a DreamWorks movie. My body just starts moving. I swear the music possesses me. Words can't describe just how perfect this transformation is. I mean, Spider-Man 3 is better than all of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies, and this transformation is iconography personified. But of course, this animation is second place because only one spot is worthy of the title of the GOAT of Miraculous transformations. There is an Arabic saying, there are approximately 1,010,300 words in the English language, but I could never string enough words together to properly express how much I think Cat Noir's transformation is the best. But I'll make an attempt. If Ladybug's transformation theme possessed my body to dance, Cat Noir's has the ghosts of my ancestors dancing along with me. The choreography is perfect, Cat Noir's suit has elevated beyond the status of the show, and did I mention the music? I'm not joking, when Cat Noir's theme plays,
something comes out of me.
The cooking to get this animation had to be done by Walter White himself. 99.1% pure transformations only. You can describe it however you want. Ozymandias, Citizen Kane, Michael Jordan for his entire career, Tom Brady for his entire career, 2009 Randy Orton, Ronaldo in general. It doesn't matter your descriptor. As long as it's synonymous with GOAT, then it's synonymous with Cat Noir's theme, and his transformation overall. As of recording this episode, we don't have a season 6 version of this transformation, but I just know they're gonna mess it up. I'd rather Cat Noir never transform in the new animation ever again than see Miraculous Core mess it up. You made perfection, there's no improving. So either make it an exact copy, or I demand a trial by combat for the rights to the brand. Let me know in the comments who you think the best transformation is. Shout out to channel members Gerardo Rostero, Loki, and Harb. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.